So as we transition to, as inflation's coming down, we're starting to see energy prices come back up. So that means the cost of goods, cost of travel is more expensive. More expensive means higher prices. Higher prices means the consumer have to pay those higher prices, driving up prices even higher, potentially. So that's, we've seen last year, crude oil, energy prices shoot up dramatically. I mean, it went from $60 a barrel to nearly $140 a barrel. Very big increase in energy prices, nearly double or a little over double. And this year we've been seeing ever since the top, we've been seeing a decline over the last year and 3 months. And that's where we're at today. Now we're seeing an uptick again. But there's a big difference of what the consumer was like, you and I, in 2022 compared to where we are now. We were strapped with cash. We had a lot of savings in 2022. So energy prices were up, but we just go out and spend. We go out and buy it. We pay those higher prices. Still high demand. So that drove up prices of everything, pushed up inflation. Now we're in a different place right now. Yes, energy prices are high. Consumers could end up paying those higher prices, driving up inflation again. However, we have a different picture right now than we did in 2022. Let's talk about the consumer, and then we'll analyze whether these high energy prices are going to lead to another spike of inflation. Let me put this on your screen here. All right, so what you're looking at here is the consumer credit cards and other revolving debt. And this is going to have major ramifications. You can see it is upticking, going up. And now we're at over $1 trillion in revolving debt. And interest rates are high. They're much higher than they were in 2022. So, I mean, the average credit card interest payment is 20%. That's going to eat up savings. That's going to eat up purchasing power. So what does the high energy prices lead to? The Fed might be fearing that it's going to bring up inflation again, and there's some other things going on, the UAW strike, that could cause some issues. The government shutdown, do we get a deal on that? That could cause some issues. But does these energy prices are going to be lasting? Because, I mean, sometimes it takes 1, 2 months to start to see the ramifications of high energy prices. So, again, right now, 2022, we had a lot of cash, interest rates were lower, spend, eating up the high energy prices, driving up demand, driving up the cost of goods. Now, consumers have a lot of debt, interest rates are high, the stimulus checks that we got over the last couple of years are gone. Well, if you listen to the San Francisco Fed, they're nearly gone. They should be gone. The savings and the money supply that we received from the coronavirus stimulus checks are going to be gone over the next quarter. San Francisco Fed data is one of the most reliable data that we have. So given that, they can't, just because energy prices are high, can the manufacturers push it onto the consumer, or are the consumer going to pay the higher prices? If they don't have cash, if they don't have the savings, they can't pay the higher prices. So this higher energy prices might be a little bit different, and you might not be hearing this anywhere else. This higher energy prices actually could be deflationary because people can't pay them. And thereby, the manufacturers who sell their goods to your Walmart, your Target, your Best Buy, your businesses that sell to the consumers, they can't translate that higher prices onto us because we can't pay them. So they got to lower the prices. And if the business have to lower the prices and they're paying higher prices because of the cost, the businesses have to lay off employees because they're no longer as profitable. Employees are losing their jobs. They definitely can't pay their higher prices. So it's a vicious potential deflationary cycle. So the test will be, is the consumer strong in this last quarter, even though they're racking up debt? And when you're racking up debt, ask yourself, do I go and spend on my credit card and do I not pay it off if I'm strong? No, I use my credit card, but I'm going to pay it off because I like free money, I like cash back, I like my airline miles, but I'm going to pay it off. But if I can't because I don't have the savings, that shows sign of weakness. So only time is going to tell how long the consumer is going to be able to withstand these high interest rates, withstand these higher energy prices. When do we start to see it in business earnings reports? So stay tuned with us. We'll talk next week, follow up with more revolving issues in the government. Do we get that government shutdown? And do the businesses, does the consumer spending hold up? Thanks for joining me. Your Investment Advisor channel, expertise you deserve, experience you can count on.